I'm going to call the Board of Selectmen meeting to order November 26th at 6:30. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, our first order will be to review the minutes from last meeting.
Motion to accept as printed?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor? Aye. Unanimous. All right, moving on to community relations and announcements.
The town hall will be closed on Thursday, November 28th. That's for Thanksgiving, Charlton Festival of Lights Parade, the tree lighting ceremony on Sunday, December 1st at 6 p.m. Council of Aging announcements. Given the time of the year, it is important to announce that Mass Behavioral Health Helpline is available to offer clinical help for Massachusetts residents in crisis. Call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, including holiday. The number is 833-773-2445. Seniors of Charlton are invited to sign up for a New Year's celebration on Friday, December 27th. That's from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Charlton Library. Charlton residents can sign up exclusively until December 13th, and then it will be open to non-Charlton residents. Thank you to the library for their support.
Okay. All right, moving on to open forum. Is there anybody here for open forum? Hearing none?
Mr. Chairman, just one quick procedural question because I know we have some folks in the audience. Are you going to allow comment under item 9 or is that just a board discussion? I'm sorry, item 11 for the fire chief. Just in case others might want to speak now during community forum.
Just to set a time and date as posted.
Okay, that's what I thought. So, in case somebody wants to comment.
All right, moving on to appointments and resignations.
All right, tonight we have 2 appointments for the Cultural Council. Attached is a recommendation from the Cultural Council to appoint Annette Mitchell and Bruce Neiman to the council. These would be for a 3-year term expiring June 30th, 2027. I recommend the board make the appointments.
So moved and thank you for volunteering.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. All right, scheduled appointments, any business, any discussion on old business?
Just for the first information, I provided you a copy of the current job description that we have for that position. If you want to review that for future discussion and consideration, if please support.
Yeah, I'll take a look at this, Mr. Chairman, we'll take a look at this in December and January, see what he's going to.
Yeah.
What was that? Oh, that we'll talk about it either December or January, and then figure out a process and, just get feedback. I just don't want to read it right now, that's why.
Seeing no Board of Selectmen policy review, moving on to the student selectmen report, select person report. Dudley Charlton, I'd like to start.
Beautiful. So since the varsity football team was looking for a fall service project, they helped out the Shepherd Hill Music Department's holiday craft fair this past weekend. So a big thank you to all these boys for their hard work. Winter sports registration was open until November 25th, and we are so excited for this upcoming winter sports season. As for the arts, the entire music department was hard at work this weekend at the holiday craft fair. Music students dressed as elves and spread their holiday cheer by singing throughout the event. Thank you to all the students and parents who dedicated their time. Choir students have been rehearsing since September for their upcoming holiday spectacular in December. Tickets can be purchased at shepherdhillchoirs.ticketleague.com. Drama is currently in production of their newest play, Hamlet Noir. More tickets and information dates will be coming soon. As for school-wide, the National Honor Society would like to thank all those who donated to the Thanksgiving food drive over the last few months. Thank you to these generous donations. We fed over 50 families, specifically it was 56 families throughout the school district. These Thanksgiving food baskets were delivered to families today, and we are very fortunate to be able to provide holiday assistance to so many families.
Thank you, Rosalie. Moving on to Baytown.
So for Bay Path for sports, the winter sports season is kicking off with the first practices already underway for bowling, indoor track, boys and girls basketball, winter cheerleading, and co-op wrestling with Shepherd Hill. Games will start soon after Thanksgiving, so be sure to show your support. After impressive victory last Friday, the boys football team is carrying us through playoffs, aiming for third year in a row vocational state champions. As for our shops and trade areas, our construction trades are focusing on the ongoing house project, which is progressing well with carpentry, electrical, and plumbing, working diligently and to meet our goal of being completed by the end of the 2024-2025 school year. For business and communications, the merger of the business technology and marketing shops into business, entrepreneurship, and marketing has provided an excellent opportunity to update and modernize the school store. This transition has allowed us to create a more advanced and diverse store setting, enhancing its functionality and appeal. The store features products from a variety of shops, including plumbing, advanced manufacturing, cabinet making, and metal fabrication. Our graphics communication students help with the creation of most of our clothing products, and I'm happy to report that in the first month we have made $2,500 in sales. We are excited to continue the hands-on experience that opens up many learning opportunities for students, as well as bringing school spirit to the community. As for Student Council, on December 7th, we are holding a Santa breakfast that is open to the public. People can bring their kids, have a Santa breakfast, meet Santa, and participate in a variety of activities. This year, we are very excited to be working on hosting our first fall/winter carnival, with more information available in the upcoming months, so stay tuned. As for steering committee, students from all grade levels are busy fundraising for future events and planning class activities such as prom and reunions. So don't forget to stop by the new Minuteman shop when you visit for a delicious meal or any service provided by our salon. It's a great spot to support student initiatives and school spirit. Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent. Moving on to the town administrator's report.
Just a few things tonight. So for the fire substation, the special legislation authorizing the sale of the property to the town from the district has been reported favorably out of the Joint Committee on Municipalities and Regional Government. We're now waiting for formal action from the House and Senate on the bill, and we're going to be scheduled to begin the procurement process for construction starting next week. And we also received a municipal ADA improvement grant from the Massachusetts Office on Disability through their Municipal Americans with Disabilities Act Improvement Grant Program. It's awarding Charlton $43,470 to design and update our self-evaluation transition plan. The last time we had updated our plan was in 2007, so we're hoping that this will help pursue future project grants under the program.
Well done.
Okay.
That's cool.
Moving on to other business.
So to set the date and time for the fire chief interviews, at the board's last meeting, the board approved the selection process for the next chief of the Charlton Fire Department. The posting was advertised internally on November 13th with a due date of November 21st. 3 applications were received by Human Resources for the candidates who wish to be considered for the position. In accordance with the board's process, the next step would be to conduct interviews with candidates. When does the board wish to conduct interviews for the fire chief position?
Mr. Chairman, just a quick question. Are we gonna do all 3 in one night?
Preferably.
Yeah, that'd be, if we could do that, that'd be my vote.
I would prefer that as well.
Yeah. I'll try to work my schedule around whatever anybody comes up with.
Are we just discussing date, right, not
Date.
procedure?
Date and time. Stick with Tuesday?
Is the 10th too late?
The 10th is your regularly scheduled.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't know what to say with that. I mean, but I don't care. Do the 3rd. Tuesdays for me are historically better just because I block them off, but again, I can try to be flexible.
Tuesday the 3rd, I may not be here. I am for the 10th, if that works for you guys.
That's a regular meeting. Do we wanna?
You want to start earlier?
It's up to you. I don't know.
Whatever is the earliest time that works for,
Is it a big or a small agenda?
right now, there's no agenda.
So there's very little business to take care of at the time, other than that interview process.
Do you wanna schedule it for the 10th at 6:30?
You wanna start at 6?
6?
I mean, can everybody make it? You guys good? Yeah, cool.
Do we need a motion or you want to?
No, I'll take that as a consensus.
All right, our next regularly scheduled selectmen's meeting is December 10th at 6:30, and we also have an additional agenda that's starting at 6.
So
Just to clarify, how does that process, they come in individually and then we interview them and then?
Yes, yeah. The first item of the agenda will be to set the slate of questions and then move into the interview process from there.
Generally speaking, in the past, we've had interviews. Other candidates are just waiting in the clerk's office so that they cannot hear the answers being given by the other candidates. Doesn't give anybody an advantage
And we'll ask the same questions.
in the same order.
Okay.
Moving on to adjournment and executive session.
So it looks like we're gonna go into executive session. So I'll make a motion to go into executive session under MGL Chapter 30A, Section 21A, Number 3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation, police union, police chief contract, public official liability claim. If an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body, and the chair so declares, to return to open session if needed and to adjourn.
Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All
You
in
made the
favor?
motion, I made the second.
I'll be roll
Roll
call.
call.
Roll call.
Aye.
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 Sorry, guys, we're going to executive